Hey there, it's Heather, your stay-at-home saving supermom. I'm here making life work on one income without sacrificing the fun. From budgeting wins to grocery hauls, plus some bonus content once in a while, I got you covered. Let's hop right in. Welcome back for another budget breakdown. Budget with me. We are going to be doing the last paycheck of April, and I want to go through the binder with you so that we can figure out what we need to bring this week. And then we're going to go over all of our sinking funds, which is our savings challenges in our binders, and what we're going to be doing this week. This is a huge week. We are going to be closing out April, which is so exciting. So my Savings Saturday, my Sunday Fun Day, and my $2 Tuesdays, they're going to look a little bit different this week just because I am in the mood of trying to finish as much as I possibly can. So that is my goal this week. So we're going to be doing things a little bit different, but still super fun because we are saving at the end of the day. So I want to first start off in my in my bills binder. So let me first write down. For groceries this week, we're doing $150, our usual. And so for mortgage, the only thing that I'm going to say that we're not doing this week is we're not stuffing anything for our debt for, for our credit cards. And that is because I have a plan with the extra money that I had after getting all of our bills, all of our bills in the mail. But also I have a plan that I really want to do. And I posted it in my community post. If you didn't catch that, I plan on finishing my emergency fund, which is which is the slumber party box that we've been playing with from Natalie at Buttercup Budgets. And so I want to get that finished this week. So I'll talk about how I was able to get that extra money to be able to finish that. So let's start off in mortgage. So we need, I'm going to put this off to the side. You can still see it though. So we need $1,755. So I'm going to put that on the calculator. I'm going to count up what we have. And then the difference is what we're going to be bringing for this week for tomorrow's cash stuffing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 455. So that's 1,500. 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80. So we have 1,580. So we subtract 1,580, and that's 175. So that's how much we need to bring tomorrow to finish stuffing mortgage. And I do this for the end of every month, and it kind of helps try to figure out what I need to do with my budget, because there are obviously fixed bills, which is the same every single month, but then there are variable bills, which are things like gas and electric, water, and things that just change month to month. So for example, for our gas and electric, I budget $250 every single month, but typically towards the end of the month, before we get the last paycheck, I receive the bill. And I received the bill, I believe it was either Monday or Tuesday this past week. And so I was able to already come into today knowing what the bill was. And it was $204 and some change. So I'm going to be doing $205. And so that is what the bill is. And then what we have is 51, 150, 170, 180, and 185. So we subtract 185, and we only need $20 to finish off getting that bill paid. So typically I budget $65 from the last paycheck of the month. So that means we had an extra $45 to work with. And so that is what I'm going to be bringing to my emergency fund, because if you remember, if you watched my emergency fund video this past week, I only need $46 to finish it off. So with the $45 extra from the gas and electric that I typically budget, I was able to take $1 from what we would normally put in our debt binder, or our debt, our credit cards, and I took that extra $1 and I put it towards the emergency fund to finish that, because I really want to get that taken to the bank. And then, so now we're going to move on to phone and internet. So our phone and internet is $265 a month. And right now we have 51, 150, 170, 180, 190, 195, and 200. So we subtract 200 and we need $65 for tomorrow. I really hope this makes sense, because I've been doing this for almost 4 years now, and I absolutely love this way. Or actually it's been 4 years, because it was April in 2021 when I started it. So now we're going to do our loan, and our loan is $385 a month. And so far we have 100, 150, 200, 250, 270, 290, 310, and 315. So we subtract 315 and we need $70. And so I obviously do this all beforehand so that I can figure out all the numbers, so it doesn't take 4 hours for me to do one video. So pre-planning all of this, I know what I'm coming with my paycheck, which is our usual $1,030. And then, so what I do first, my step one, is I always do my bills and expenses first. So I do my mortgage, my gas and electric, my phone and Wi-Fi, my loan, my subscriptions, my water, and my medical. Those are what I have to get paid every single month, no matter what. And obviously our credit card minimums are also included in that, but we've already reached that, so that is not on the priority list for this week specifically. And then after that, I do gas and groceries, because that is also a non-negotiable, but I want to be able to pay my bills before I do my gas and groceries, because those kind of prices or expenses are something that I can be flexible with. And usually I try to bring $150 for groceries every single week. And then I try to bring $50 in gas every single week. But if that is not possible because of what I'm working with and how much I need left over for the remaining bills that I need to finish off the month, then I can kind of fluctuate the gas and groceries to a little bit less so that I can compensate for what I need for my bills. I hope that makes sense. And then obviously whatever I have after those two, and then for the debt, is what I can put into my sinking funds, because essentially at the end of the day, sinking funds is savings, and savings is always the last priority over bills and daily expenses. So that's just how I do things. And it's been working for me for the last 4 years. And I'm sure everybody has different ways, but in the generalization of cash stuffing and, budgeting, that's generally what you do. So now we're going to be doing subscriptions. We have $150 in subscriptions every single month, and that's everything from our streaming services to storage on my phone and my Google Drive, all the way down to We have subscriptions for, I have stuff for like my apps that I use, or like softwares that I use, or even we do razors for like shaving and stuff. We have the Dollar Shave Club, and that comes out every 2 or 3 months, I think, but just different subscriptions, and that is $150 a month. And so far we have 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 110, and so we need $40 for tomorrow. So we've been kind of neglecting water over the last few weeks, and so I was able to kind of maneuver money around, and I'm going to make up for not putting money in it. And so I don't have a bill due this month, but I want to put $30 in this week. And currently we have 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, and 39. So after we stuff it, it'll be 69. And our bills are typically around $100. Sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less. We've never seen anything over 130, I believe. And that was in the like beginning of pool season when we filled up our pool, and you know, we were watering flowers and grass and just all that stuff. So it's very affordable, and it's every I believe 90 days. So we don't have a bill due until at least June or July. I think it's June. So we have quite a while to save up for that, but I wanted to just kind of make up for what the last few weeks that I haven't been stuffing it, because I usually do $10 a week. So now the last thing that we have for bills and expenses is our medical, which this is our insurance. We have health, vision, dental, and yes, health, vision, and dental insurance. And that's for all 4 of us, the 2 adults and 2 kiddos. And it is $465 a month. And so far we've got 1, 2, 3, 320, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55. So $355. So we need $110 this week. I'm not sure if you can hear that buzzing, but it's my husband over there in the other side of the basement in his office. I don't know if it was picking up on the camera, but it was really loud in person. So okay, so that is all for the bills. So we're going to add this up really quickly and see how much we have, how much we need to bring in total. Okay, so that is $660. So down here, I'm going in the expenses, I'm going to put $660. So now I know that for the remaining amount, so I take my income, 1,030, I subtract over here in the virtual transactions, I do $50 for gas every single week. But I keep it in the bank because my husband uses his debit card, and he just fills gas, the gas tanks when he's at work, either before or after, or like on his lunch or whatever. And so instead of having to come to me to get the cash, we just keep it in on his debit card, so it's so much easier. So I just include that in the virtual. So I'll subtract $50, and then I'll subtract the $660 from our bills. And so we have $320 to work with. And that is what I'm going to be bringing to our sinking fund. So $320. And how I'm going to break that down is Saving Saturday is going to be getting $55. And again, this is not my normal weekly stuffing. Normally I just bring $40 for Saturday, but I plan on finishing some challenges. So I'm going to be, things are just going to be looking a little bit different this week, but that's okay. Sunday Fun Day is going to be getting $119. And normally I bring 100, so I'm super excited to have a little bit more. $2 Tuesday is going to be getting $70. Normally I bring 20, and I have really big plans to finish off some, so I'm really excited for that. And then our school, back to school savings, we're doing our normal $30. And then the remaining amount was $46. That's why these numbers kind of look a little wonky, but $46 is going into the emergency fund binder, and that's to completely finish off the savings challenge box that we've been working on. Let's go ahead and add these up and make sure that we got 320. And we did. Perfect. So I'm going to write 320. And then because I just like triple checking my work, I'm just going to add all of these up, and hopefully they add up to 1,030. And it does. So now we're going to be going into this section here, and we're going to be breaking down every single category so that I can get my my bill breakdown to take to the teller. And also, please ignore my nail. It fell off right before I started filming, and I need to redo them anyway. But I also want to take a second and ask how you're doing. I am so sorry. I feel like that is so rude. I have just been so focused on trying to get all of this done because the end of the month is always so crazy with trying to close out the month financially, and it's just been insane. So how are you doing? How is your week? It's Friday. We made it. What do you have? Do you have any plans this weekend? I am celebrating my youngest daughter's 3rd birthday tomorrow, and we're super excited. This past week, we went to my oldest daughter's school and did kindergarten roundup. It went so well. We went with 2 of her little cousins, and they were doing school of choice, and so they applied to go to her school because there's going to be they'll all be within the same, either in the same grade or one above the other, and so we were hoping and praying that they were going to get in, and we found out talking to the principal that they weren't going to find out until the beginning of August. And so we were a little bit worried about that, just because with school of choice, they, you want to know ahead of time so that you can plan accordingly. But one of my cousins, she ended up calling on Wednesday morning to ask a question, and they said that they were going to start making their calls and decisions in early May. But Thursday morning, so yesterday morning, both of them received the phone call, and they got accepted into my daughter's school. And so I am just over the moon, and I feel so much better. I just had this huge weight taken off my shoulders, knowing that my daughter is going to have 2 family members, and they're best friends. They literally act like they're sisters. And so they're going to be going to school together, and it just makes me feel so much better knowing that she already has 2 people that she knows and is comfortable with. And you know, just going into that transition of always being at home and not even having, you know, having any daycare experience, that she has that comfort of already knowing a couple of people. So I'm just really happy about it. And I just love the fact that, you know, they'll have each other. So that is how my week went. And then also on Sunday, I do have a wedding shower to go to for one of my friends. And so it's going to be really, really busy this weekend, but really exciting. So yeah. If you have any plans this weekend, or you had something really exciting happen this past week or anything, let me know in the comments. I love talking with you guys in the comments. So now we're going to get into the bill breakdown. And we're going to start off with groceries here. We're doing $150, so we're going to do one $100 and $150. For mortgage is $175, so we're going to do one $100, $150, $120, and $15. For gas and electric, we need $20, so we're just going to do $120. Phone and Wi-Fi, we need $65, so we're going to do $50, a $10, and a $5. Loan, we need $70, so we're going to do a $50 and a $20. Subscriptions, we need $40, so we're going to do two $20s. Water, we need $30, so we're going to do a $20 and a $10. Medical, we need $110, so we're going to do a $100 and a $10. And then down here for Savings Saturday, we need $55. So we're going to do a $20, a $10, a $5, and 20 singles. Sunday Fun Day, we need $119, so we're going to do a $20. We're going to do 5 10s, 6 5s, and 19 singles. And then $2 Tuesday, we need $70, so we're going to do a $20, 2 10s, 2 5s, and 20 singles. And then down here for emergency fund binder, we need $46, so we're going to do 8 5s and 6 singles. And then the last thing is the school binder. So we're going to do, for $30, we're going to do a 20 and a 10 because we don't break that down. We just put it all in one envelope. So now I'm going to go down here and I'm going to add all of this up and make sure that we are coming with $980, because if you remember, the $50 is staying in the bank. So we only need to bring in cash $980. So we have 3 100s, 1, 2, 3, 4 50s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 20s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 and 5 is 9, 10, 11, 12 10s. And then we need 1, 2, 3, 3 and 6 is 9, 11, 11 and 8 is 17, right? 19. 1, 2, 3, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 and 8 is 19. And then we've got 20, 40, 59, and then 59 and 6 is 65. Okay, so let's make sure I did my math right. So we've got 300, 4 times 50, 200, 200, 120, 19 times 5 is 95, and 65. Okay, so I've got 300, 200, 200, 120, 95, and 65. I'm going to add it up to make sure I have 980. And And I do. Yay. That is super exciting. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a sticky note. I am going to be making teller slips, but for now, sticky note works just as well. Okay, so that's what we take to the bank, and that's how they know exactly what we need. And that is everything I need to do for my budget with me. So stay tuned for tomorrow when we bring all of this cash and we stuff the remaining of our bills for our bills binder, and then we reallocate all that cash for our different binders that we need. And then Saturday afternoon, we're going to do Saving Saturday. So you get to see what I have in mind to complete the challenges that I want to complete. And then with the remaining money, we'll just randomize that through the other challenges. So thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Of all weeks of the month that you should stick around and subscribe is this week specifically, because the end of the month when you wrap up everything is probably the most exciting for me, and it's typically when I get the most views, especially when I unstuff everything. But I would love it if you would join my family. And as of today, when I'm recording this, I am only 50 subscribers away from 500 subscribers. I'm so excited. I literally went crazy when I saw that. Like it brought me to tears, because I just cannot thank you guys enough for sticking with me day by day, week by week, and just hanging out with me and talking to me in the comments. And I've become so close with so many of these beautiful people in this community, and it's just everybody is so supportive, so welcoming, so kind and loving and encouraging and motivating. And I learn something new every single day when I watch all these channels and watch all of you guys. And I'm hoping that, although I'm not a financial advisor, that I've learned a thing or two just through my own experiences, that I at least motivate and inspire even just one person through my videos, and just have a sense of community here, because I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And I just want to thank you so much. I feel like I can't thank you enough, honestly. But if you love saving money without missing out on life, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stick around for more budget-friendly fun. Always remember, you are amazing, you are worthy, and you are more than enough. And I'll see you next time.